Ugh.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That's right.
You're watching Oilers Nation Everyday with Tyler Yaremchuk. Your one-stop shop for all things Oilers.
I don't have any shoes on for the show today. Let's get into it. One of my shoes doesn't fit anymore, and I don't know why.
Liam's been walking around the office with one shoe on, one sock, and he doesn't seem to think it's weird.
It can't be weird because I have no choice.
You don't own other shoes?
Well, I actually washed my other pair of shoes last night.
So you only have two pairs of shoes?
Well, my other
I don't want to sound spoiled, but I have more than two pairs of shoes.
I have 3 pairs of shoes. Shoe number 1 being washed. They were my white Adidas.
I can picture them now.
Shoe number 2, my New Balance that I have. That one of them doesn't fit me anymore. I don't get it. Literally, my left foot does not fit in the length of the shoe. If anyone knows why, please let me know. You
Lance Kane asking the real questions.
Do you have gout? No, I don't have gout. I just don't have shoes.
Take the sock off. Let's look.
All right. Shoe number 3, I have a pair of Nikes, but they're old and falling apart, and they smell. Not because of me. They're just old.
Well, they might be old because of you, though.
It might be because of me.
Semantics.
Well, there you have it, folks. This is Oilers Nation Everyday, July 4th edition. Happy Independence Day to Rusty and all our other American listeners.
Yeah, if you're watching from the States, let us know.
Yeah.
Happy 4th of July.
It's, it's Canada Day is a big deal here for obvious reasons. 4th of July, they seem to go a little bit harder than we do.
Dude, I didn't do anything on Canada Day.
I went to the Riverhawks.
Granted, we worked.
Yeah.
Canada Day here is free agency. So
yeah, Canada Day here is free agency, and then also just go and find some fireworks later on. Yeah. Do you like fireworks?
I mean, I'm a male with a boy brain, so I love things that go boom. I don't like fireworks as much as I used to, I'll be honest. Like, I went up and climbed up on my roof for July 1st there, and then they ended, and I just turned to my roommate, and I was like, all right, bedtime. All right, it's time to, like, it's cool, but yeah.
Okay, so we got a couple of comments in the Greta YouTube chat.
Boom.
There you go. Greta, downtown 109th Street.
Yep.
Go check it out. Great food, great bar, great arcade games. You can see if you can beat Tyler's high score in a football game, which is like 629, I think. Honestly,
something ridiculous.
Pretty ridiculous.
I have not been to Greta in 10 days.
Well, I'm sure you'll be back there soon. It's not here. Let us get something straight with Greta. This is not because we don't want to be there. It's because we needed to just kind of reboot.
I'm trying to take a tolerance break from booze.
How's that going?
Not well. I had a glass with wine with dinner last night.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. Okay, what do we got here? We Calvin Pickard. What's up, brothers?
Oh, I met Chet Pickard today.
Tuesday. Really?
I met Chet Pickard.
You were at the Brick tournament.
I was at the Brick this morning, which people, if you have not gone to the Brick tournament before, the minor hockey league tournament that just shits out NHL players like it's its job. It's crazy, the people that have come through there. I went this morning with Brett and Waz. So electric at 9 a.m. in the morning in West Edmonton Mall. It's packed. There's Team USA dads running around in full-on Eagle outfits and wearing full flags. The game ended with a 1-0 shutout. It was a crazy ending. And then me and Brett are sitting there in the media area, and I look behind me, and Waz keeps asking me, he's like, is that Calvin Pickard? And I was like, no, I don't think so. Like, it doesn't, but I get why you'd ask. And then we Googled his brother. Is absolutely his brother, Chet.
Chet was on the mentors trip when he mustn't play anymore. I think he's older than Pickard, who's 32 now, so maybe he's just retired. Had a good WHL career, well, good pro career. I mean, played for a long time, but let's see what's going on in also, if you're going to go look at the Brick and go back and look at players that have been, go look at the year Jack Hughes played and just look at all the players from that group. That was a great draft. And basically the entire first round, if from the North American players were picked in that. So here we go. In the Greta YouTube live chat, California Oilers fan. I'm in sunny California. It's going to be 44 here today. Holy baloney. It's going to be 32 in Edmonton on Wednesday. which is kind of crazy. And I'm going to Kelowna, so probably a poor time for me to go and waste some weather there. Lance, our friend Lance, put Liam on LTIR and hire a new co-host with Tyler till the season starts because of my gout. You can hire your friend who you thought I was about the wedding, Lance. Fighting Amish, is Liam from the Shire? Maybe you have hobbit feet.
You didn't take your sock off, so
we won't know. Okay,
I'm looking at some of these brick names. This is just insane.
My home is Horrobin. Huh. My name is Horrobin. What were you looking at there, sorry?
Just the brick team, like players that have gone through. There's a Where Are They Now section on their website. I go check it out. It is insane.
Yeah, it's honestly incredible. What
the Vancouver team has their jersey, and all around the jersey, it has last names of NHL players that have like made it big. It's pretty cool.
That is a really cool idea. The Zach Parise's there.
Yeah, he's coaching
the
team
Minnesota team, right? Yeah.
I saw Jimmy Howard today teaching or coaching.
The goalie.
Yeah, the goalie. And Paul Byron, I believe, is also coaching the Montreal team.
Sick.
Yeah, all kinds of. You're walking around and you're like, oof.
So here's a funny little story on Jimmy Howard and how he connects to Oilers Nation. A few years ago, we did a Jimmy Howard, the Oilers sent Jimmy Howard for an April Fool's prank, and it was our #1 read article for the year. So shout out Coom for that.
Those are the days, brother. Those are the days.
People are saying they're in. Tall Tail says he's in. Oh, I don't know if you're a boy or a girl or whatever. They're in Europe and they miss me. Thank you.
Nice. Also, the reason my camera's not on is because all of the cords are everywhere.
Yeah, cords fall.
So, and you're going to look at Liam's face today. It's only with Liam Horrobin.
Yeah, so here's what we got on the show today. We're going to do, I explained this to Aaron before. So this is how today is going to work. Do you know when you're in school and you knew you were going to have a fun day ahead of you? Your teacher told you were going to play games that day. Oh, it's Nick Talitha. You're going to play games that day. But before you get to that, you got to do a little bit of work. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do some projected lines because our friend Bob Stauffer tweeted them out. Then I made a tier list of the last 6 free agency groups. We're going to label them in categories, and then as a team, we're going to get through them. Then we're going to play Liam's game, but it's Aaron's version today. I
came up with the players.
And then we'll go around the league for sponsorship purposes.
And we'll hang out. And then we get a long weekend.
Yeah, and we'll see. So no show tomorrow because we all worked on Monday, so the company gave us Friday off, which is very generous of them. I'm off to Kelowna.
I'll be here.
Aaron will be in Edmonton.
I might be last minute going to the Stampede tomorrow.
You should go. I'm going to go the next weekend.
I went to Lake this weekend. Going to BC.
Summer's here, baby.
Let's go. We got 2.5 months to get in all of our vacation.
I was looking at a trip to Victoria. Couple of weeks. I'm just gonna leave on a Friday night and just come back Sunday night.
Why not?
Nobody can stop me unless they want me to work. Then they can stop me.
Unless it's Jay.
All right. Line predictions brought to you by Star Mechanical.
Woo!
Star Mechanical is one of Edmonton's biggest locally owned and operated plumbing and heating businesses. They have been working within the community for over 20 years, and many of the homes built in Edmonton over the last 2 decades have had their plumbing and heating systems installed by Star Mechanical. Visit them at starmechanical.ca to schedule an appointment and let them help keep your home running smoothly.
So I went to Tyler's house recently. First time ever inside. Shout out. You've never been inside,
I don't
right?
know where he lives.
So I've done it. But I saw the Star Mechanical truck outside, and I think it was him or one of his neighbors came up and talked my ear off for 5 minutes. Took him about 3 minutes before he realized I was not, in fact, Tyler Yaremchuk, and I was somebody else. So awkward, so adorable. Shout out Star Mechanical.
Was it red?
I think it was because he came from the truck. He came from the truck.
The legendary red. Okay, so the Bob Stauffer tweeted out this today. So Stauffer's projected lines for the Edmonton Oilers. First line: Skinner, McDavid, Hyman, Nuge, Draisaitl, Arvidsson, Janmark, Henrique, Brown, Holloway, McLeod, and either Perry or Ryan. And then he put down there, not sure where Vander Kane is health-wise right now. Thoughts? Give us your thoughts in the Greta Live chat right now. I'm going to give my initial thoughts. I think everybody had Skinner cemented in on that second line. Obviously, we flirted with both. But it says a lot that Bob would put this out there. It's clear that the organization is maybe leaning this way too. And I think giving McDavid a legit finisher shooter, finisher, whatever we want to call him. Granted, Hyman did have 50+ goals last season. Just
Give him two.
Yeah, a lot different from what Skinner is. Very different styles of play. So you have a guy who gives you a little bit of, let's call it length out of goal. Someone who can have a bit of range to them, shoot from multiple areas. And you have Hyman who, hey, if Skinner shoots and the rebound comes out, you got the guy who's going to clean it up right there. We all know where Hyman's office is. We all remember seeing that picture of his goal map. And basically every single one minus an empty
DJ Bean
net.
have that framed?
He has it framed. So I like that line a lot. Arvidsson, Nugent, Dry seems like a line that is just going to be kind of balanced, I guess is a good way to call it. Yeah, solid line. You have your Nuge, you know what he's all about. Arvidsson, I think, is going to be the guy who's going to maybe be more of the workhorse. And that, what Holloway would probably be, is fair to say.
Fogle was on that
and
line.
Also, Nuge gives you a bit of the defensive work as well on that line. So I like that line. I also, of course, we all know this. This is all going to get jumbled around throughout the season. But if this was your opening day lineup, I don't think you can complain. The third line, again, the work ethic is off the charts.
Round mark feature Henrique.
One thing that is interesting, and this line will not be what they were in the playoffs. It's so different to have that energy and what's the word I'm looking for? The adrenaline rush, I guess you could say, every single night.
They trapped lightning in a bottle every shift. And to do that for 82 games, no, the top line didn't do that for 82 games.
No, exactly. So love that line. We all love that line. I love how Brown and Yaremchuk have just elevated themselves to it and basically pushed down Holloway McLeod, because I think McLeod, great spot there to be the fourth line center. You need him to kind of figure that out, I guess you could say. And the argument has always been, well, he needs line mates. It's like, well, you got Holloway now. Granted, they could probably upgrade on that right side. I would not be surprised if Raphael Lavoie makes a serious push.
I imagine Holloway, McLeod, Lavoie. That's your fourth line. I understand that they don't play maybe as physical as like your stereotypical Florida fourth line. You know, they bang bodies. That's kind of what you want in the playoffs. But I don't know. My thoughts of the modern NHL is I like that for a fourth. But I want to start from the top because I see Bo says it right here. You're breaking up the best line in hockey. And while, Nuge, McD, Hyman, they tore it up all season long. I don't think that Skinner is no chump and you're going to send him in there, but I like the idea of the balancing that you give McDavid, I guess, by nature. He's a distributor. He had 100 apples this season. You put two natural goal scorers next to him.
Yeah.
And while Draisaitl can be that playmaker, he can be that passer, one gift that he has that not many people do in the NHL is his shot. And I think Nuge has a better ability to find him in scoring spots than probably Jeff Skinner. They've also had chemistry built for years right now. So you kind of are pairing RNH and Dry with chemistry proven. Then there's McDavid, Hyman proven, and you're throwing a new guy on each wing.
And
I like that idea.
I do too. And the thing is about that line, we just said they're going to be solid across the board. And Draisaitl's a multi-50 goal guy. And I know a lot of those goals come on the power play, but either way, he's still getting 25 at 5-on-5.
One thing I'm so excited this year for Dry, and it's no secret, but for being one of the top 5 best players in the NHL, Leon sure doesn't play with line mates that would play with the top 5 guy. I mean, I don't want to talk badly about McLeod and Fogle and Kaner and Holloway at points, but
they did their jobs when they were asked.
Exactly. Fogle did what he needed to do, and he was a good addition on that line. However, they are no RNH. They are no Viktor Arvidsson when he's healthy. And that's one thing I think that I was nervous thinking about Dry's future and that he would feel that way and go, hey, I could play with real line mates somewhere else. Right now, you look at that. That is set right there, brother.
Yeah, it really is. Obviously, we'll get through most of the lineup notes here as well.
I got one more for the third.
I was going to say, keep going if you want.
Okay.
There's just some comments here which we can get to once we address the third.
And you're already starting them up like a true show host, brother. Hell yeah. For me, I know we fell in love, and I understand it. If you're putting Yaremchuk on the third line over Dylan Holloway, I got a huge problem with that.
I don't love it either. I think
we're getting a little recency biased here to think that Yaremchuk is a great fourth liner. Sure, he could play there, but we're forgetting what we saw from Dylan Holloway in these playoffs, dude.
I would have Holloway on the third line, probably next to Yaremchuk and Henrique, to be completely honest.
I said to Liam, I downloaded the new rosters on Shell yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And I went Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Skinner, Dry, Arvidsson, Holloway, Henrique, Kaner, if healthy. And then your fourth line was McLeod, Mark Brett. Yeah.
Here's a comment from Brett. Amen, Bordsy. I mean, hey, I don't think Aaron's wrong. I think these lines are going to be shuffled so much, and how amazing is it that Holloway was playing second line minutes in the playoffs, and now we're kind of like, where does he play? It's like good and bad, I suppose. But
going into game 4, we were like, if we get swept, the two positives we have is Holloway's top 6 and Broberg's top 4.
Exactly.
And then a couple things happen, and now we're looking at it as a fourth line.
One of my positives, we can call it was more of a backhanded compliment when they were down 3-0, was the best part about what's happening right now, and a silver lining in it all, is that this team isn't even that good and can get way better. And then they went out and got way better.
Dude, you were 1 game away, 2 goals away from the Stanley Cup championship.
Yeah.
And somehow you look at this roster and it got even better.
Okay, let's get to some of the comments in the chat after the discussion on the lineup. What's this one? Brett Rutherford. I haven't seen you in the chat before. Welcome, Brett. If you haven't commented before, get the boys to convince Pavelski to come aboard for a year. Like I said, run him with Rico and Holloway on the third line. Can also swap Arvidsson at times too. I mean, hey, it's kind of crazy Joe Pavelski doesn't have a contract, but I know there was also a lot of talks that he's pretty much retired.
I also don't know how you do that.
And also
I didn't know how Jeff Jackson was going to do any of this. So.
Yeah, you look at what Pavelski did in the playoffs as well. I mean, let's have a look at what his full numbers were. Against the Oilers, he was very irrelevant, didn't get a goal. 1 goal, 4 points in 19 games for Dallas in the playoffs. Good regular season, 27 goals, 4 seasons in a row of 25 or more. I mean, for a guy who's now 39, you can't really complain about that. I would not be shocked.
You already picked your 39-year-old forward.
Yeah, you have him locked in. I would not be shocked if at some point Joe Pavelski does come back in like January.
Do one of those.
One of those.
Sign with a contender.
Who is someone who's done that? I can't. His name slipped my mind, and maybe it's not even hockey. Maybe it's a different sport.
I was going to say the NBA. A lot of guys do that.
Happens a lot, doesn't it? Guys will take kind of 6 months off, refuel a little bit. Maybe Pavelski comes back and does that. Bit of a long shot, but Aaron said Pavelski is done. Brett did also say over 35 bonus contract for Pavelski as well. So it's a good point. What do we got here? Shred before dead. Hell yeah.
Shreddy.
I don't want Holloway that low in the lineup, but man, what a problem we have. Exactly.
Amen, brother.
Really,
to him.
really good.
Exactly.
Aaron again said McLeod has to go. Honestly, so soft. I think you give McLeod a chance to that fourth line center. Maybe he's just not as good as we all think he is, or could be. Maybe this is just who he is. Maybe he's just a bottom 6 centerman who wins draws.
And that's okay.
Can go into your top 6 and be a winger at times if you need and have that scoring studge. He's still only, 25?
He's still very, very young.
Let's have a look. He's 24. He turns 25 on September 21st.
10 days after.
You don't want to give up on that guy. Yeah, I understand the frustrations with him, but.
And he kills penalties like he is one of our best PK guys
exactly.
we have. So like I said earlier there, you think of stereotypical fourth lines. They're big, they're nasty, and they're mean. You think of the modern day NHL right now. I'm just talking out loud. This is summer talk. It's more skilled, faster, everything. When I look at like Dallas's fourth line of Sam Steele, Faxer, Craig Smith, they're not the most physical fourth line there is, but they're quick, they're smart. I think Sam Steele's maybe a more rounded, similar to McLeod type guy.
Yeah,
he's beautiful.
Yeah,
he's out in my neck of the woods. But I don't know. I feel like that's what I want more in my fourth line instead of your slow as boots Corey Perry's. I want a Ryan McLeod.
Well, you look at the fourth lines. Let's compare the fourth lines in the playoffs. Like against Florida, I think the Oilers' fourth line had the most impact. McLeod was on that fourth line that goals in games 3, 4, and maybe even 5. Maybe it's just 3 and 4. But either way, like he is a useful player. He's just a guy that rides on his confidence. Brett put in there again. Cloud for Nick Dowd. I don't think Washington are making those kind of trades right now. They clearly want to win. Wise Kyle also put that in there. Abdullah put, is a trade with Seattle for loss and an option for a right D. Tyler and I spoke about this the other day, and I know Adam Lawson isn't an Edmonton Oiler now for personal reasons, obviously due to his father and stuff like that. And I think everyone understands that. And obviously we all loved Adam Lawson. Apparently, he had something to do with the Arvidsson. Like, apparently, Arvidsson might have called Lawson
Swedes, brother,
and spoke to him about Edmonton, and Lawson had good things to say about it. So I can't remember who told me that. It might have been Tyler. If I'm wrong, it definitely was Tyler who told me that. At the deadline, you might be able to convince him to come for a couple of months.
And if Seattle would have to be out of it.
They would be. I think it's a long shot, but I don't think you're crazy.
We'll be talking about that come the deadline.
We will. We already started talking about it. So, mistaken Mexican, last comment I'll read for now. I do think Kane asked for a trade if he comes back and he's playing on the third line. A lot of talk about Kane right now and what his future is with the Edmonton Oilers. I think when he's healthy, we all enjoy what Kane is doing and scoring goals, being that physical guy. Unfortunately, he's just not been healthy for basically 2 years now, and he needs to figure that out.
And when you got to pay so many dudes, you're paying $5 million to a guy that is dealing with injury. I love Kaner. He was great when he was playing physical for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. I also think, just to push back on what he said there, if Kane's playing on a third line that has Rico, Holloway on it,
and Brown,
I mean, that's
whoever, right?
I get it's a third line, but that's
still
a pretty
good.
Sick third line, dude. Like at his age, at that point.
Hypothetically, now a hypothetical world, let's just say the NHL is different or whatever, and Leon Draisaitl, Nuge, and Arvidsson on the Edmonton Oilers, and the Oilers' second line is Kane, Henrique, and Holloway. Let's just say Holloway. I don't think anyone's complaining that much.
Years ago, I would have begged for that.
Exactly. Now here we are. And speaking of years ago, I think we should. So we're gonna do this thing. I just kind of came to. I don't know where I saw this, but something triggered me to want to do this last night. We're gonna do a tier list. We've never done one on the show. Waz is always talking about them, so it must be cool.
They are fun to do.
They are fun. So I went back to Ken Holland's first year as general manager and looked to the free agency signed, and from there put them in this tier list. And we're going to do it as a team and go through every player from there to today that the Oilers have signed and rank them. We have to make our categories first, Aaron. So if you can pull it up.
Is this brought to you by anyone?
Oh, yeah. It is brought to you by somebody. Let me pull up my ads here once I can get my mouse. This tier list is brought to you by, it's our Sherwood Ford Giant Question, along with our friends at Sherwood Power Sports and Marine, your one-stop shop for everything you need, from fishing rods and reels, tackle and boat accessories, to motorcycle gear, water sport accessories, to e-bikes. Find out more at Sherwood Power Sports at Marine, which you can find just across the street from Millennium Place in Sherwood Park. There's a nice coffee shop around there too. It's at Sherwood Ford. It's called Sherbucks. So here we go. So here's our list. So we gotta make the categories.
Faces,
I know some of them you're gonna say, and I'm actually gonna show where to put them. So we'll start from the top, and we'll just put. We gotta rank them. Put in the names on the list there where it says S and everything. So if you click on there you go. What do you want to call this one? The top category.
Zach Hyman.
Yeah, honestly, just put Zach Hyman. Okay, and then for the next one, we'll just put good or something. Very good.
I'll go great, good.
Great.
They were great. We'll go good.
Good.
Jack Campbell.
There's a couple of guys in that Jack Campbell category. So, yeah, do good, say, and then C, just do like
meh.
Yeah, meh.
There you go.
And then the last one, do Jack Campbell. I think that's a good scale.
This is everything else falls in the middle. Nothing's as bad as Jack, and nothing's as good as Zach.
Okay.
Tyson Berry.
So here's how we're going to play along. We're going to go through each player. I think there's 34 players, 32, 34, something like that. And we're going to go through them one by one. You can give your opinions. Some of them are going to be so easy to obviously rank. Like, for example, Tyson Berry. Let's put him in the good.
Yep.
He was a solid player for the Oilers. Gave you exactly what he needed. He might even be a great player. Great free agency ad.
What does the chat say?
What do you guys think? Tyler Mulick put in there. Great already. Anybody else got anything? What do you think, Aaron? I mean, how can you not be happy with what Tyson Berry got? I just think he was never better than what you needed him to be.
Some people saying great. I'm getting a lot of greats. For me, it's like, no, I could. It's like, for me, a great is a Nuge. That's a great, but it's not Zach Hyman tier. I'm okay with great.
Okay, let's put him in great. We'll give the
We can
chat
move this
one for
around, too.
now.
We can
I
move
think
this
there'll be
around.
more to argue with. Okay, who have we got next?
I have no idea who this is. Let me zoom in.
Yeah, let's zoom in. It should be.
That one.
Is that Marcus Granlund?
Your guess is good.
I think that's Marcus Granlund.
Okay.
Okay, he's gonna go in Jack Campbell.
Yep, that's fair.
Okay. Can anybody first confirm that's Marcus Granlund? Let me pull up a picture of
Lance, this is where we're looking at you. This is where you're gonna help us out.
Marcus Granlund. That's gotta be him.
I think so.
Yeah, that looks like him.
Well, we'll put him in Jack Campbell territory because
Yeah.
clearly he didn't leave enough of a legacy that we remembered his face.
It's too bad we can label them with names.
Okay, next one. Is that
Riley Sheahan.
yes.
Riley Sheahan. 1 year left to go to Florida, I think, or something like that.
That's either Matt or Jack.
I think he played all 80. He played 66 games, 8 goals, 4 in the playoffs when they were swept by Winnipeg. He went to Buffalo. Sorry, we
That's
got
a
him
meh
from
to
Florida.
me.
He's a meh
That's
to
a
me
meh.
too.
Kyle Turris?
Meh. Do you know what? Kyle Turris might be in Jack Campbell territory. I mean, I know his career had kind of gone sideways for a while. You know, he was not living up to his 3rd overall status. What did he have with the Oilers? No, he's Jack Campbell.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's Jack
you're a
Campbell.
bust. You're a bust. No idea who that is.
It's Dominic Cahoon.
Oh,
Do you know what? Jack Campbell. Yes, Braden said in the chat there, Kyle Turris was a shootout legend. I will never ever forget that shootout goal he scored in what was it, the first or second game of the season? It's like, holy smokes, we are
the
on to
legend of Kyle
something.
Turris.
It
Let's go.
starts. I'm gonna push back on people saying that Dominic Cahoon is in Jack Campbell territory for
That's
one
100%.
reason and one reason only. Because he was never as good as we all wanted him to be to start with. He came in, played 1 season, he had 9 goals for a guy that was not really an NHLer, played 3 other years. I'm going to put him in meh.
Yeah, I think Matt.
He was not Jack Campbell
I don't think
bad.
it's Jack Campbell bad.
You could have him in your lineup and he was fine. What did Tyler Yaremchuk say? If he scored 1 goal, we would have won a cup. That was Tobias Reeder.
Oh, God.
Okay, he's not on this list. Is that Brendan Perlini?
Think so?
Yes, I think that
think
is
so.
him. Okay, for Brendan Perlini, he gave us a nickname.
Yeah, so
He
you're
came on
Matt.
one of our
He's
shows the
Matt
other
to me.
day.
He's Matt.
He left a legacy.
Ooh.
I'm giving it to meh.
For
Oh, yes,
for
for
Lamborghini.
Brendan Perlini.
Okay, Viktor.
Great.
I think
He
he's
hasn't-
been great
he
because
hasn't
for
put-
$4 million, that's such
Wait,
a
that's Colton Sevier.
Oh, that's who that is?
Yeah, Jack Campbell. Although, do you remember Colton Sevier fought? Who did he fight? Let me know if you guys remember in the chat. He fought someone. He might have been like Tyler Myers, who was like significantly taller than him. And he got in there on the opening night of the season. Oh, maybe it was Brendan Dillon. It was one of those 2 guys. Someone who was just massive. He's Jack Campbell. But I'll never forget you, Colton Sevier. He also has a record for like most points in Alberta U18 or something like that. So shout out to him.
Okay, Viktor.
Great.
I think great.
He hasn't played a game yet, but he's going to be great.
But I think he's great. Who is that? Let me zoom in.
Oh, Ryan Murray.
Oh.
Jeremy Lazon. Maybe that was it.
Ryan Murray. I'm going.
Jack Campbell.
Yes.
Can we have a lower one? I would actually make him worse than Jack Campbell.
Hey, look who's next.
Jason Demers. Great. Yeah, Zach Hyman.
Hey, we play favorites here.
Put
in
it-
this group.
Put Jason Demers in good.
There you go. He's been a good addition to the
He's
ON
been a
team.
great
He's been a
addition.
good, okay, Cody
Okay.
Ceci.
Okay. Now this is a conversation.
This is gonna be hot takes. Here we go.
Cody Ceci, up until first season was solid. It was very good. Second season, obviously, that's when the kind of, we'll call it hate towards him started.
Yeah.
He's this year in the playoffs was the first time he was ever healthy scratched by the team. I'm going to put him in good. He's been better than meh. He's a guy you can play every single night. Is he doing more than we should be asking him to? Probably. But he's in there, so I'm going to put him in good. I think it's fair to say good.
I am 100% putting him in good because, dude, he's still playing here. He has been a good addition to this team. He's been a top 4, top 6. You've gotten most of your money out of him. He's got one more year.
Yeah.
That's good.
3.25.
And, let's remember at the time of these signings, like a CC2, this is back when we had no defense, but
Yes.
nobody wanted to come here. You had to pay a little Edmonton tax. I think this has worked out.
Exactly.
Okay, Zach Hyman?
I'm just looking. I might have forgot Jack Campbell.
Well, that's okay.
Oh, no, there he is. There he is.
Yeah,
I
there
see
he
him.
is, there he is.
There's a comment here from Aaron. Did Demers even play? How
One
could
game,
you forget?
man.
He's 10 minutes against San Jose. He told the story on the show
Game 700.
of how it became about. People obviously talking about Cody CC in Game 7. That's another thing, too. He has 2 goals, 2 Game 7 goals for you.
Dude,
That is.
who did he send that breakaway
scored,
pass to? as well?
Yaremchuk so
That was nasty.
in every Game 7 he has played in for the Oilers, he's had at least a point. That's really
There you
solid. That's solid. Kind of small. Game 7 game winner too against the Kings. He had the Game 7 winner.
He's a stud.
Now this
That's
one is
that's
Brandon
Lamborghini,
Pelini.
right? Yeah.
Let's put him in meh.
Yeah.
Okay, Evander Kane.
I'm torn between great and good.
Me too, because you've got multiple 20-goal seasons. You had a 14-goal playoff. Injuries have really been the ones that have pushed back on him more
He's
than
been
anything.
good in the community. He's been tough as nails.
He had
Fights. I think Kane isn't great. Let me know, chat. What do you think? Kane equals great. Kane, great,
Okay.
great.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make a poll for Kane,
Nice.
and then we're gonna come back to him.
Okay.
Where should Kane go? Great.
Great minus, says Chili Egg.
Great, yeah, no
That's
kidding.
very accurate. That's
Great
pretty
or good?
He's somewhere right in that sweet middle ground.
I'll put Matt on there too. Just I don't think that's fair, but okay, so there we
Check it
go.
out.
We'll come back to that once we get to Mike Smith. Okay, who's that?
Who is that?
Oh, Brad Malone.
Brad, yeah, okay. I was like, I know who that is.
I mean, do you know what? For the impact he's had on the organization, I'm gonna weirdly put him in good.
I'm putting him in good.
Yeah, I get it. He is not an NHL guy. He played his 200th career game with the
Yeah.
Oilers, so that's good for him. Every time he's come up to the team, he's been done his job. He plays
He's
6
on
minutes.
every Chell franchise I've ever had. Brad Malone's on
Yes.
the fourth line when you start the season.
So he's been good for me from a full organization purpose. You've got the contract and more from him. Holloway's come up. Multiple guys have come up and said Brad Malone is a man and they love playing down there. And he was the captain of Bakersfield. Aaron said Brad Malone is Jack Campbell. Not even close.
Come on.
Sad Machine said he's good. Mistaken Mexican, good. Lance Kane, good. Wise Kyle, meh. I mean, meh isn't a stretch either. Daniel also said meh. So Brad Malone going in good.
You wore a
for his-
letter, you get good.
for his contributions.
Okay. Jimmy Hamblin?
Yeah, James Hamlin. I mean, the funny thing is CC is obviously better than all of these guys that we're going to put in good. I mean, for
I
what
think
Hamlin
meh.
is,
I think Hamlin's
let's
meh.
put him in meh.
I think he's mad. And do you remember earlier this season that video after San Jose when Jay's talking about how we need 10 more James Hamlins out there on the ice?
Yes, I'm going to put him in good. I would like to see him in good because what are you paying him to do, right? Come up, he played well. He could crack the team this year. You kind of getting
He
your
plays
money's
with
worth.
so much effort.
Yeah, so
It's hard not to like a guy that
like
plays
Bo
like that.
said here, he's a hard worker. California Oilers fan
Hamlin
said
good? Okay.
James is good. Wise Kyle again. Harsh. Meh.
I'm with you there, but I'm okay putting him in good. He's brought that energy spark that you need a fourth liner to do.
Yeah.
He's done it a couple times now.
Devin Shaw,
Zach Hyman.
of course. I mean, realistically, probably meh.
Just so everyone can get a visual, get your
Yeah.
screenshots, get your
Screenshots.
screenshots. There you go.
I'll pose.
Is that
Oh, Gaetan Haas. The Horseman. He's going to be... I mean, it wasn't great, that's for sure.
He wasn't good.
I'm going to say meh.
I think meh, but I'm thinking Jack Campbell territory. But he gave me the screenshot of taking a clap bomb on a breakaway.
Yeah, and he was also pretty good in a dot, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Meh's fair.
Yeah,
like
I think the chat's agreeing with meh.
he only had 2 goals one season. Okay, that's Josh Brown. Just put him in meh. I think. Sorry, Josh, if you're watching.
Hey, honestly looking at that, I had no idea who that was. So that's our new guy.
Okay, then this one. Oh, Thomas Yurko. Jack Campbell.
Yeah. Yep.
That guy. God damn it.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, Mike Smith. Great.
I'm great. I
mean,
with Mike Smith. I'll hold it here. Let the chat see what they want to think. But
I'm pretty sure everyone's going to say great. But the thing with Mike Smith, which is interesting, is when he was the Oilers goalie, we all just wanted him to be so much better because he would make those crazy mistakes. And he was like so all over the place because his game was just chaotic. So I think he always looked worse than he actually was. Some people are saying Zach Hyman. I'm going to say great.
I'm saying great.
I think Zach Hyman's in a league of his own, to be honest. So I'm going to say great. That leads us to Evander King because we said once we got past that.
Checking with the poll, 54% great.
54% great, 37% good, 9% meh. Put him in great.
No,
I think that's fair.
I think that's more than fair, man.
And
And especially the money that he does get paid. I remember when he signed that deal. I was like, are you kidding me? The guy was scoring a goal every second game. Yeah,
scoring a hat trick every 5 games.
He's due, man. Game 1, I'm betting Kane Hattie. So if he's in the lineup.
So he's had a 22 goal season, 16 goal season, 24 goal season. And you look at that, 22 in 43, 16 in 41, 24 in 71. And to think he missed 21 game goalless drought.
That's
pretty good.
And I don't want to live in that world, but when you say that, all I hear is 4 letters, LTIR. Would have been sick.
20.
But we don't live in that world.
20 playoff goals too for the Oilers.
Sick. Okay, next.
Josh Archibald.
I know where I want to put him.
Go on.
I want to put him in good.
Put him in good.
But I understand that he's probably a meh. I just love what Archie brought to the lineup. Small guy, played with so much piss and vinegar, played big hits, and it was never like a Hamblin thing. Never an effort problem with Archibald. It was maybe just natural ability, but I liked what he brought. Arch was a good 4th liner. Archie
he was my
good.
dad's favorite player. He did score 12 goals one season.
I'm putting him in good.
So he made a mistake. The first guy in meh is Slater Cuckoo. So, because the next guy up is Riley Sheehan. Slater Cuckoo, obviously, kind of a tough way for him to end his career. It came with the Oilers. But if we want to just keep this stuff on ice, he's Jack Campbell.
I was going to say, he can't be anything but Jack Campbell.
No.
Sheehan will be meh.
Meh.
There we go.
Jeff Skinner.
Woo!
He's going to be great. We're hoping.
Yes, I'm going to put him next to Archie.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, just look at those guys.
Okay, then we got Connor Brown. See, I think this might be the most difficult one. It might be poll-worthy again.
Pull it up.
I don't think he's anything more than good. And I honestly
don't
think
even know if he's good.
Good is a push.
I'm putting meh because I'm trying to get away from my recency bias. I love Brownie. I believe in Brownie. But for the 1 year and 80, 90 total games he played, you could not say that the grand total of those 90 games was good.
Yeah.
You could not use that word. So, is that fair? You make the poll. We'll let it marinate. Let me know in the chat. He will be great. But, I mean, I guess we are putting Skinner and Arvidsson.
Yeah, we're kind of jumping
They're
around
wild
a couple
cards.
of
They're
these
wild
guys.
cards.
I'm going to say good. I guess I will put in some recency bias because he was solid, but let's not forget where this guy was at the start of the playoffs.
He was in Vermilion, brother.
He literally wasn't on the ice. He didn't play against the LA Kings, but a lot of people are flying.
But once again, he did do playoff games are worth more.
Yeah.
And there's a reason we remember them more because they are more valuable. They do mean more. And he did elevate his play. I just, at the grand scheme, I can't use the word good, but the chat clearly wants to use the word good. So
Colton said, boys, wait. I'm 35 minutes behind. I'm just starting the stream. Pause for me.
all right.
All right. Sorry, guys. Bathroom break.
Connor Brown goes good.
Yes, let's put him in good. I'll just read a couple of comments here in the chat. Brown aged like fine Italian wine from Calvin Pickard. Candy said,
Pickard's up soon.
Playoff success is most important. Lance said, we were so excited to get Brown. And I think that's what leads into this for me a little bit too, is because of that excitement and the disappointment that led up for it for like 56 games afterwards. And then we got going. Tyler Mulick said, why isn't Mikko Koskinen on the list? This is from Ken Holland onwards, not Shirelli.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing re-sign players will be here forever.
Okay. The worm.
The worm. Good.
I'm meh.
I'm mad now too.
I
Regular season was good. And
I just think like the way maybe I'm being too straight up here. I'm like, would I describe Corey Perry's tenure with the Oilers as good? No. And people are gonna argue. They're like, "Oh, he had 8 goals in the regular season." I was like, yeah, but you all just said that Brown is a good because of how good he was in the playoffs. So you want to use that same logic, then Corey Perry. Everybody's on the match train.
Yeah, let's do a meh. Adam Ernie next.
Oh.
Jack Campbell.
Goes.
Yeah, throw him up there. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jack Campbell. Yeah, put him right in the slot. Sorry, Wise Kyle. Calvin Pickard, good.
Has to be good.
You could push great for me.
You could.
And I'll say that because, again, it's the same logic as we have for Malone, Hamlin. You're getting more than you asked for from this guy. Played a playoff game and won for you. I know he didn't win the next one, but he was your best player. Screw it. Let's put him great.
I'm making a poll. Well,
everyone's saying great. I think he is great.
Okay, I don't even need to. Let's go. I want great.
Jack Campbell is not great, Wise Kyle. Stop looking at his preseason numbers.
And Mark.
Good.
Yeah, see, that's another where I don't want the recency bias to get too out of control.
He wasn't that great this year.
He had 12 points.
12 points. Towards the end of the year, from basically like Toronto, maybe it was Calgary, I can't remember which one came first, where he started fighting guys and changing his game. He got better. But overall, his tenure in Edmonton has been good. I think that's fair.
I also, Brown Mark, just look at them together. They're just, they are meant to be, brother. In. Oh, next up, it's Derek Ryan. Hold the mic away for that one.
I mean, good again, right? Derek Ryan has been here now 3 years.
Has to be good.
He's been solid. He's coming to the end, but if you look at the overall picture, he has been solid. Alex, no, Ekholm. Ekholm was trade. Last couple here, Vincent Desharnais technically was a free agent signing. They signed him out of Bakersfield because he was just on an American League deal. So kind of changing the rules a little bit here, but I'm going to say good again.
Good.
I'll miss Vinny. I have to be honest. I'm happy they didn't re-sign him because I didn't want that deal on the Bucks for what he is, but he was a great guy. The story is incredible. You just root for those guys.
You root for those guys, and you need to fill it when you have to pay top guys money. You need a big $1 million 6 defenseman who blocks shots, eats pucks, lives on the PK.
Part of that penalty kill.
He executed his role tenfold.
Yeah, people are saying Vinny was meh. I don't think you're realizing what he was.
And like, once again, I worry about the recency bias because we all, before the playoffs, were like, we need to re-sign Vinny. We need Vinny. We were considering him top 4 with Nursey and Broberg. And then things came quick.
Yeah,
that's what
life
said.
Came at you. Sean made a good comment here. Sorry, wrong one. Vinny is between good and great. Yeah. I really think he was.
And
great,
he's more on the good.
Great, in more good than great, but great in the grand scheme of things. And then Sam Gagner. Now, this is this past season of Gagner. I'm going to say good. I mean, when he played, you knew what he was. He gave you an effort every single shift. He scored some big goals for his team. But I think that Dallas game was unbelievable. And the Oilers lost that game. But nobody will remember that game as like the Oilers were so bad in the first 2 periods. It'll be remembered that Sam Gagner tried to spark a comeback with 2 goals in his return to the lineup. And I got goosebumps thinking about it, to be
It
honest.
was insane. Off the draw, he scored the second goal, I think it was, right? They just
And
let him
then
go.
game winner in the BOA. So there you go.
It's a pretty good tier list.
Minus a couple of guys that Jeff Jackson signed and Jason Demers being in the good. Ken Holland's tenure as general manager in free agency was probably above average. Then there's obviously a couple of guys that weigh it down more than others, like Jack Campbell being the biggest one. But the rest of them, like, he hit on a lot of guys. The Barry deal was good. Mike Smith was solid. I didn't forget Rico. He was traded, and then he was still.
Yeah, I want to talk about Aaron. Let me know what you said. You guys are too generous with the greats and goods tier.
Who
Obviously,
would you
Demers.
change?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of. I could get.
Ekholm was a trade. Did I actually forget anyone that the Oilers signed and didn't trade for?
I feel like maybe Barry's between great and good. Arvidsson and Skinner were putting in placeholders is great. Mike Smith was great. Kane was great. Pickard was great.
I do think I might have buried down.
That's the only one I'm considering.
CeCe's been solid, ups and downs, but he's not meh. Maybe we're generous like Malone and Hamlin, but at the end of the day, those are American League signings.
I could see Malone, Hamlin, Archibald going down.
People are saying Rico still got signed in a free agency and he left and came back. Okay, sure, then he's good. Joakim Nygaard, I think he was. Did I miss him? Then he's meh.
Yeah. Very down, says Calvin Pickard.
I got Calvin Pickard. Oh, what did you say?
Calvin Pickard in the chat.
Oh, Barry down. Sorry. I think Joel Pearson was Shirelli still. I didn't see him on the list I was looking at, but I mean, overall.
Mielek makes a good point. He was Bush before Bush.
What was the saying?
He was a quarterback.
He walked he walked so Bush could run. And I mean, hey, he was great. He's great enough to get you Ekholm. You know?
All right.
So there you go. Let us know in the chat. I'll make one more poll for the day. And then we're going to play Liam's game, Aaron's version. Do you agree with this poll? With this? Can you flash it up one more time?
Yep.
I don't even know what to make the poll. Just let us know in the chat. Do you think this is a good tier list or a bad tier list? Do you agree with everything?
Say good or bad.
Good or bad? And then
I'm going to delete all the comments. Let's say bad.
How would you rate?
There should be a tier between Matt and Jack Campbell. Well, we already made the list, so that's too late.
Man, Jack Campbell. Come on. We all know what the Jack Campbell category is. There's no one in that Jack Campbell category that should go higher.
Hey,
Jeff.
Let's go, brother. Yeah, I don't see any Arvidssons in there yet. That one's still hung up for grabs.
Lance, I can't believe you. Meh tier list. All right, Aaron. Let's do Liam's game brought to you by Aaron. Brought to you by also the Edmonton Stingers. They played last night. Unfortunately lost, which is their first loss on the road. I believe they lost to the Winnipeg Snow Bears.
Something like that.
Winnipeg's
good. They packed their arena.
Winnipeg do. Do they play at the same place?
I think so, because it looked like a legit hockey stadium, and it was packed.
Yeah, so they are called the Winnipeg something. But either way, they lost last night, which is unfortunate. The Edmonton Stingers now fall to 9-5 on the season. And they have a game coming up tomorrow night against the Vancouver Bandits. Now, we're going to give you a chance to win some tickets here through Liam's game. But if you don't win these tickets, you can still get tickets that start at just $20. Parking is free. Plus, their food is $5. There is a $5 food and beer menu. For tickets, go to .ca. Aaron, you went recently with Tyler to Mielek, and it sounded like you guys had a great time. I watched the game the other day on television, and it was awesome.
Dude, it is legit. Like, it is. I'm a huge ball guy. You're a ball guy. I get people don't like basketball, and especially, I say it all the time, it's because the last 3 minutes takes an hour. But the target score takes it away. Everything down at the Agricomp or Expo, whatever they call it now, is so cheap, so reasonably priced. They've got great merch. I would be saying this regardless if they sponsored us. Go out there and have a good time.
Yeah, go and enjoy that.
Tyler Mielek said it. We had a blast. We did have a blast.
It's a great event. every time the Stingers are on. So they play. They're called the Winnipeg Sea Bears.
Sea Bears.
So Edmonton is 9-4 after 13 games. They're second in the Western Conference, behind the Vancouver Bandits.
Okay. I also, besides the Elks, Riverhawks are a wagon. Stingers are a wagon. Oilers are a wagon.
City of Champs is
City
back,
of Champs,
baby.
City of Champs. Okay, you want to start it off here with the first one?
Yes.
So the first one's easy one. One person, first one to get this. These are Oilers that have played since 2000 and on. They are both names. Kennedy did not know the hard name, which I was very surprised by, but here's your first one. I played just over 1,000 games in the NHL. I played in the NHL, the AHL, the IHL, and the SEL. He was a second-round pick. He played more. He had more PIMs than games played, and he's a defenseman. This was similar clues to one you had recently.
He's a defenseman. Over 1,000 games. So I'm assuming this is someone from like the early 2000s. Am I in the right ballpark?
Mm-hmm.
The early 2000s. Is it Jason Strudwick?
No.
God, this is so much harder being on the flip side.
I know, right? That's what you do every time.
Was he a second round pick by the Oilers?
No.
Oh, boy. It sings. Lance Kane said Jason Strudwick. That's why I said it. Oh, my goodness gracious. Steve Stales? Is it Steve Stales? Steady Steve?
Correct.
Kevy
Papa. You spelt it wrong, but you still get it. He played 1,001 games in the NHL.
Wow. I didn't know he played in Sweden.
1,322 PIMs. My giveaway clue is I was going to say he was traded from the Atlanta, or he came from the Atlanta Thrashers.
To the Oilers.
Throwback. Okay, so that was, what was the name there? Kevy Papa.
Kevy Papa.
Okay, next one. This is the hard one. So that's Kevy. You're in the draw. And this next one, we will allow 3 people. And this one is a person Kennedy did not know. I played over 700 games in the NHL. I played for 5 different teams. I'm from Finland. I was traded for an Oiler on the 06 Cup Run team. That's going to be the easiest clue you can get. I played more games for Edmonton than anyone else. I won bronze at the Olympics.
So he came to the Oilers after 06.
He was traded for an Oiler on the 06 Cup Run team. So that player he was traded for, it was before 2006. This guy was on the Oilers before 2006.
Before 2006.
He was traded on for someone that was on the team.
Oh, I see. Are people getting in the chat? Yeah.
You gotta see where it started. Yep, 1 has it.
Is it only 1?
2 has it.
Is it
Wait. Let it keep cooking.
Okay, so Finnish guy. I mean, I can see what the chat's saying, so I think I have an idea it might be. Was it that guy? I don't know why. I'm just saying that I could.
Yep, there's a couple in here now.
Okay, was it
Yanni
Niedema? And Kennedy hadn't heard of him.
I know. I was very stunned by that.
Wow.
Okay, so Kevy Papa. I'm trying to find the first Niedema.
Kevy Papa.
Niedema was Coach
Norm.
Norm.
Norm, sorry. This one. Whatever. Yeah. Alborticus, yep. And then Spidey, who said he met me at a crew camp. Loves the show. Thanks for watching, Spidey.
What do I got here? Sorry, I'm doing all this on.
Yeah, Aaron is doing everything today. I'm just sat with my laptop over here.
Kevy Papa, Coach Norm, Alborticus, and who was the last one after Alborticus? Spidey. Okay, let me take that off. Boom. I'm just sharing the wheel.
There we go. The Wheel of Fortune.
So,
spin away.
There we go. We got Kevy Papa, Coach Norm, Alborticus, Spidey.
Who will it be? It is.
Oh, it's coming down to the wire.
Oh, Coach Norm.
Coach Norm.
Email Tyler at thenationnetwork.com to claim if you want the Edmonton Stingers tickets. They play tomorrow against Vancouver, and then they also play on the 7th would be Sunday.
Tyler Mulick, the rule is they're Oilers post 2000.
Yes. They play on they play
you
the
throw
5th.
a flag, you come correct, buddy. You come correct.
They play the 5th, the 7th, and the 9th at home. And it's 3 different teams. Vancouver, Brampton, I believe that's Calgary. If you want to go to any of those games, just let Tyler know. I won Liam's game, and I would like to go to blank game. Thanks, Tyler. You're the best. Signed,
Somebody
Coach Norm.
asked. He was traded on March 11th, 2003, Yanni Nienema, to the New York Islanders, along with a second-round pick in exchange for Brad Isbister and Rafi Torres.
There you go. Coach Norm. He said, yep, I'll take him. Take my son. Awesome. Again, that's Tyler at the Nation Network. nationnetwork.com.
You're going to have a great time, Norm.
If you can't get him, maybe message. If you can't find that email, message me on Instagram.
That's what we're looking for. Shred Before Dead. That's exactly what we're looking for. Not much to talk about, but he's entertained.
Perfect. Get ready for more of these shows. We're saying
We're going to dig in the bag of fun games and stuff.
Okay, let's go to quickly around the NHL. Then we'll call it a wrap on the show. Around the NHL is brought to you by Spring Financial. Unexpected expenses always show up. Guess what? You can borrow money for those unexpected expenses right from your phone and receive an e-transfer within hours. Spring Financial offers online personal loans from $500 up to $35,000 with no stress and no branch visits ever. Apply in 3 minutes at springfinancial.ca/ONE. That's springfinancial.ca/ONE.
These 30-second ad read videos are perfect.
Yeah,
It took
I
you
know.
exactly 30 seconds.
And I'm getting good at these ad reads. I've only
Damn
fumbled
right,
on
bud.
most of them. Oh my goodness.
Somebody asked, when does Tyler work? Tyler is working right now.
Tyler, yeah, they
He
have
is
to big
working.
me in. Good God.
What's happening?
So this is now just around the world and around my personal life. Gareth Southgate is the England manager, just signed a 2-year extension. And England have been playing. Oh my goodness. Never mind. That was on Slow Sports News.
I've heard of that name before.
So this
Who is
was
that
one.
person?
It's Gareth Southgate, the manager of England.
Yep.
And everyone hates him and he's supposed to leave after the Euros. And I just got duped by a parody account on live television. Well, you really hate to see it, folks.
That Elliot Friedman one gets me all the time.
I can't believe that just happened to me. I've never had that done before because I was trying to do this show.
What is going around the NHL right now?
There's a couple of things. Vladimir Tarasenko signed for the Detroit Red Wings yesterday, a 2-year deal. I mean, hey, clearly that guy isn't too interested in winning Stanley Cups anytime soon. 2 years, $475 per year with Detroit. Jack Roslovic signed with Carol.
Was Kaner and Tarasenko both on the Rangers together?
They were, yeah. So a little bit of a reunion.
Aging
Now.
superstars.
Yeah, very much Asian superstars.
That's never worked out badly in free agency before.
Never, ever. Jack Roslovic signed with the Carolina Hurricanes, $2.8 million. Nate Schmidt signed in Florida for $800K. Good deal for him. Said big
I
reason.
like Nate Schmidt.
I do too. He seems like a really good character guy. Big reason why he went there was because of Paul Maurice. That time in Winnipeg together, I really enjoyed playing.
Anton Lundell, 6 by $5 million a year, I believe.
Same Florida. But the big news, historic news in the NHL that happened yesterday. Jessica Campbell was officially hired as the assistant coach of the Seattle Kraken, making her the NHL's first full-time female assistant coach. So there you go. The Seattle Kraken. Yeah, an organization that is, they've done this since the start. They're just hiring the right people. It doesn't matter who they are.
Exactly.
And I know they have a big thing with African-American people.
Almost like what you
too.
should do.
Yeah. His name's escaping me. It's Everett Fitz. Something that was rude of me. He is a commentator, and they're trying to be a diverse organization, but just by hiring the correct people. So,
dude,
that's
when the
really,
Spurs
really good.
brought in Becky Hammond, do you remember her?
Yeah,
she now is like the best coach in the WNBA, but she was in the NBA. She was coaching G League teams because Popovich said, "Hey, I know ball. You know ball.
You know ball.
Come coach."
She, Jessica Campbell, I believe, was with the Coachella Valley Firebirds as well.
Devon Shore?
An assistant coach. Yes, there you go. In 2022, she was hired as an assistant coach of the Coachella Valley Firebirds, who are the AHL associate to the Seattle Kraken.
Lobster guy.
8 minutes
Need
back.
him 8 minutes back.
Now, she's the first full-time female assistant coach in the NHL, in NHL history. So that's fantastic. Dan Bilesma was working with her for the Firebirds.
He knows puck.
He knows puck. That guy knows a thing or two. So there you go. There's your around the league. Obviously not a ton to talk about right now. A lot of the big free agents have signed, unless Joe Pavelski comes out of retirement. And we'll go from there. But quickly, we can go to, I'll tell you about Betway before we go. With Betway, you can get a free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. Create an account, scan the QR code on the screen, redeem your bonus. Place a bet, no minimum amount required. If your bet loses, you will get refunded up to $200. You can then use that money to bet on your other favorite sports teams. This offer is only available outside of Ontario. Bet on the Euros this weekend. England play Switzerland. They might lose.
When is that?
Saturday, I think.
What time?
9 a.m. 10 a.m.
This is the most
9
soccer
a.m.
I've watched in years.
It's good, man. So tomorrow we have.
It is good.
It's exciting.
It's good.
Spain, Germany tomorrow. Portugal, France as well at 1 p.m. England, Switzerland, and then Netherlands, Turkey. So we're in the quarterfinals. England, if they win, will play Netherlands or Turkey. Then the other two, whoever wins out of those games, will go through it from there. So there you go. That's it for our shows this week. Like I said, from the jump, we're off tomorrow. Back in the saddle Monday. I won't be here because I'm taking a little vacation. Tyler and I really will not be doing shows together for the majority of July, I believe, because I come back. I think we get Wednesday together, and he's gone Friday. Then he's gone for 2 weeks, a week, something like that. And then I might go again. When are you going?
July 24th, something like that.
Okay. Maybe I'll just do a show on my own one.
Like, hey, I'll be here. I'll talk to people.
Yeah, there you go. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hopefully my shoes fit next time I put them on. See you later.
See ya.
Thank you for watching Oilers Nation Every Day. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a show. And for more, visit OilersNation.com.